officer.
That's not her ship, so they wouldn't assume responsibility for another ship, you know what I mean? So I would call after, say, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, speak to the midnight shift.
How are you, ma'am? Yes, I'm here to speak to a detective, please.
What?
I'm here to speak to a detective, please. I came in and I'm still staying in the hotel, pertaining.
Could you speak louder?
Yes, I'm here to speak to a detective.
About what?
I'm the victim of an identity theft and fraud for over $40,000 in this city.
Who have you talked to previously?
Well, the problem is that they spoke to David Giuliani from the press here, and he told whoever he talked to told him that a detective has spoken with me, which is not the case because I haven't been able to go over my evidence.
You have what?
I have evidence that I brought all the way from Canada to show the crime committed.
You've already been in here and you called.
Madam, am I allowed to come in here to report? Yes or no?
What?
Am I allowed to come into the police department to report? Do I have to deal with confrontation when I'm here?
This isn't a confrontation.
I feel confronted. I would like to speak to a detective. Thank you. If you walk in, they're sitting there talking to a dog and playing with the dogs, and it's all cute. Come in to report a crime, there's a problem there. Good afternoon, Commander. I am recording, just so you're aware. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the time, sir. Thank you, officer.
Yeah, come on, grab a seat for 1 second real quick. Just to let you know, we're also audio and video recording
That's
too, just so you're
not a
aware of
problem.
that.
I understand you guys believe this is a civil matter because there's a loss of communication.
Okay.
And that's why I've been here for 2 months now, because I have no other alternative, because I even posted it on YouTube.
Sure. Yeah, grab a seat for 1 second. Let me
Please.
just tell you something real quick.
Sure.
So I've talked with you on the phone at length.
Are you the gentleman that I spoke
I am
with?
Deputy Chief Kazarowski, so I've talked to you for probably over 5 or 6 hours at least.
Yes, sir.
On top of that, I've talked to 2 of your attorneys.
The attorney posted, he even wrote
Give
the
me
draft
1
of the
second,
letter.
though,
This is a
real quick.
crime, sir.
So, no, give me 1 second real quick. Both of your attorneys I've talked to have made this very clear that it's a civil matter. They've encouraged you. One of your attorneys actually said that you need to stop contacting.
Sir, I have the actual
Let me
document
just
here.
explain that to you, sir.
I will.
Just so I can.
Sure.
Just I want to make sure we get.
No, he informed me that you guys said to me that you wanted me to stop contacting. Do I have the right to contact the police department?
let me again just, I want to make sure you understand, okay?
Yes, I understand very well.
So if you can just listen to me for a second, and that way, I want to make sure that you're absorbing what I'm saying so that you make sure you know what's being said, okay? Because I don't want to make sure we're having circular conversations.
Absolutely.
So
And
I don't want to go in circles
so
on
Attorney
these.
Drennan
So-
actually drafted a document.
second,
I
Trevor.
did, but I would like to know when I can speak. Am I allowed to interject? Because the conversation is duality.
No.
So am I allowed to have when?
But can I explain it to you though?
Sure, please do.
So again, both attorneys said it was
The first attorney drafted a document saying this is violation of criminal code. The Attorney Regulatory Disciplinary Committee, which is they're very good.
I'm going to end the conversation. We're going to
Very good. This will be on YouTube as well. The question is, sir, when the Attorney Regulatory Disciplinary Committee and the recording with the consensual recording with the FBI is telling me this is a crime,
Can I help you?
how do you guys consider this?
Without knowing anything, you keep talking over the deputy.
He's not allowing me to give him information, sir.
Yeah, no,
I mean, I brought the victims from Canada, for Christ's sake.
And I have no background on this, but he's trying to explain to you.
yeah, Patrick, I talked to
Is forgery a crime, sir?
Stop.
Is theft through deception a crime, sir? I can't get a yes or no answer.
You gotta listen. Okay. Because I've talked to you probably at least 5 hours on the phone, and we continue to have the same circular conversation.
I have time logs.
You cut me off, sir, and
Sure.
that's not polite. I'm gonna continue to be polite to you, okay? And I just want you to listen to me for 1 second, okay?
Sure.
I'd like to offer you two things, okay? And those two things are what we have. One, we have a crisis counselor called Stephen Burke, okay? I can get a hold of him. I'd like him to come in. I'd like for him to talk with you, okay? And I'd like for him to listen to you and offer any kind of resources or help or anything that you need.
Sir, I'm fine. I'm a medical scholar. I don't appreciate being. I don't want to be diverted.
Yeah.
I'm here for a purpose.
It's not diverted.
No. I drove here and I flew in from Canada, and I've had now the FBI, the Canadian Police, the DuPage Sheriff.
FBI,
Sure.
And the FBI said obviously this is still a civil issue.
No. So, did you see the YouTube video of me actually going through your actual section by section, the terms for the crimes? Because in the state of Illinois, when I gave notice of vacancy in 2019, Jessica McCormack and staff deceived me.
Yeah.
They continued
And
creating a contract. No, but that's the thing. You just said to me
It's a
2 minutes
civil
ago.
contract.
It's not a civil contract because I don't have a contract with them. It's written in there. You see how, in order for a conversation to take place, you said 2 minutes ago you would allow me to speak, but now you seem to be very urgent, eager to leave. So when can I present my evidence? Do I have the right to present evidence to law enforcement? And would you like to see the document from Attorney Drennan saying that this is a criminal matter?
Hang on. Did you meet with several detectives already?
No, they didn't. Your detective told me, and I even put it up on the YouTube. He said, "Why don't you just go back to Canada?" Is that acceptable behavior? Because you're such a proper gentleman. Do you think it's right for Detective Leppy, who I've never seen, who I presented a 50-page evidence package to, outlining the exact crimes, and yet he tells me he reviewed it, but the questions per call he has with me indicate he hasn't even read a single page of it, and which I had to upload it, and you had civilians who aren't officers of law saying this is a clear fraud taking place? It's not neuroscience, sir. And he's telling, and how dare he telling me to leave the country?
Would you go?
No. I'm sticking one step at a time, please. I would like no deviation. Okay?
I'm not going to be yelled at.
That's very good. You're an officer. I believe you're a strong man to handle this, right? Because if someone was attacking your family, if someone was attacking your family and defrauding you, would you be okay with it? Yes or no?
And that's why you have civil remedies to go after the
No,
issue.
right. But see, the very first clause, if I could show it to you here. Here, I'll show it to you. It's right here. Sir, I'm not going to file it when it tells me it's Illinois criminal. When it's telling me it's a criminal code violation, I expect law. Yes, it is. Here you go. No, I'm not asking you to. I'm asking you to look into the law. Here is the.
Please stop.
Patrick, you keep talking over us.
Okay, sir, here is the lawyer who I'm going to show it here, right? Here is the lawyer who clearly wrote this is a criminal matter, right? The same gentleman he's speaking about pertaining to at present. So here is on your police. I didn't post it publicly. This is Elmhurst, Illinois Police Reviews. Here is the document from Attorney Charles Drennan, who indicates directly. So here's notification to this lady over 1.5 years ago by the lady, my mother, who's been criminally harassed, saying, "We don't even live in your country." Jessica McCormack does not allow, she continues to not desist. Here is the letter from Attorney Drennan saying this is a criminal code matter. To whom it may concern, please be advised that I have been retained by Patrick Zachary. Here you go. This correspondence serves as notice to his former tenancy in 2019. My client vacated the unit in 2019. The video here shows the contract, right? Aimco has, I told them 3 times, which the evidence package will show, I don't live in their country. Instead, they use my identity to stage service requests and set up services, lure my fiance to the building after pretending that she was there the whole time.
Hang on, let's just read what
Sure.
it says. Can I read it real
Yes,
fast?
yes, but I just want to make sure, read it out loud because I want to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah. Can you do me a favor?
No, I want to keep recording for my safety.
No, record. Go ahead, but just stop putting. Don't be rude about it. Just
No.
If you want to put it down or you want to face it towards us, no problem. It's
Sure.
no big deal. I just,
So it's a violation of the criminal code on the bottom.
Hold on. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Okay, let's read it. Okay.
Sure.
So, all right. Clearly says here. Okay, these repeated collection attempts are not only a violation of my client's rights under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, are also a violation of Illinois Code.
Criminal code. You missed the word, sir. Is it criminal or civil?
Yeah, but
No, not sure. Does it say civil or criminal?
it doesn't say. It says
Oh.
Illinois Criminal Code.
Right. So the criminal code, is that become now a civil matter or a criminal matter?
This is clearly everything you have presented to us. Okay.
Which parts?
Stop cutting me off. Listen to what I'm saying. Every single piece of evidence, everything you've said to me, every conversation we've had at least a dozen phone calls. We've had.
No, I have them all documented in Canada.
How many times have we talked on the phone?
Every time we've talked, you have somehow, you've talked twice. Three times. You've asked me to stop calling this police department, which is a violation in itself by the 1983 Act. It doesn't, sir. Who would you like me to go? If this is your jurisdiction,
many
right?
times have I-
It doesn't matter if I call you 1,000 times. You're employed to work as an officer to help us. It doesn't make a difference. I'll come in here as many times as I need
That's fine,
to.
You're not going to answer my question. That's
No,
okay.
I called you 5
Here's what
times.
we're gonna do.
I'll ask
I
you
have
5
no
times.
problem- Again, I have no problem calling this attorney and we'll talk to him. But I've talked to 2 of
No,
you.
I already could. See, you guys have no problem.
Okay.
It's not my job to pay attorneys to reiterate laws that officers should know, especially not when it's coming out of my pocket. I should not have to pay $2,000 for this lawyer to do what I did and put up on your YouTube video on your website, which is right here. Right, this is the lady impersonating me moving out after perjury committed to a judge, pretending I am a disruptive tenant when I don't even live in your country. Right? This is her destroying evidence, asking for my forwarding address. Yes.
I've never met you before. I've
Sure.
never talked to you before. Is it your intent to keep coming here until somebody changes their mind?
It's not that. I shouldn't have to change your mind because you guys shouldn't be objective. It should just be, here's factual evidence.
But it sounds to me like you've talked to a lot of people.
They haven't followed up with me because this evidence, this is your deputy chief, he hasn't even seen them till now. And the audio recording online is 52 minutes worth of evidence, word for word, verbatim from Illinois state law.
It just seems like we've gone through this before without me even. Or you've presented this to numerous people, it sounds like.
No, I've called from Canada.
Okay.
I had people immediately telling me, oh, we don't deal with civil matters. Without taking the context of what's happening. I've had the Canadian police document the situation. It's actually the email right here, sir. I'll show it to you, just so you have it. While McCormack was impersonating me, after luring my fiance, and per this video, which is long, and I don't want to hold you guys too long, but I feel bad because I have no choice here. So this, studying the expired contract, this is a gentleman who was calling me at 3 a.m. in Canada, who works with McCormack, named Rich, some service guy. He's texting me, this is after they tried to have me defraud the USA by falsifying a state government grant, so wanting me to attest that I live in their building, when they're all aware that I live in Canada, so they could steal your government benefits. I was like, this doesn't sound right. They're like, no, that's just how it is. I find out later from the attorneys, that's fraud. And that's international fraud. When I said no to this crazy man named Rich, who I don't know, and I will call him crazy, and I've posted this to their site, and they're not suing me, nor is their attorney, because if you do their diligence on their attorney, one of his other clients already filed with ARDC because the man was forging the circuit court judge's signature and seal during COVID. If that's not a crime, I don't know what is. Here is Jessica McCormack performs tampering. You gentlemen, I follow up and do my diligence on what you guys do. I heard about you guys catching the gentleman who was doing the odometer fraud. So he was tampering with a car. This property manager, the evidence is seen through the ledger, tampered with settings using my identity and my fiance's identity to create damage to her building in order to try to pretend that they were doing an eviction. She turned off powers and altered utility settings, sir, which is, the evidence is only seen, and here you go, when they failed to...
Can I give you a summary of what I know so far?
Yes.
Just to make sure. So basically, let me just start with, you guys initially, you and your fiance wanted to move into that apartment, and you guys initially signed a contract, and you moved your furniture in, but you never physically moved in, is what happened, correct?
No, sir. I signed the contract in 2019, and it was only 6 months, expired way before this time. My fiance was never on the contract.
Okay. And but she's been inside the apartment. She's lived there.
No, she hasn't lived there at all. So just to be clear, she's never.
Stayed the night?
No, she's never even spent the night. We haven't
Stayed the
even.
night?
Never.
Okay.
I have been.
Yeah. What kind of furniture did you leave behind
So
there?
the furniture and stuff that was there,
Yeah.
right, in their own clause in DuPage County law, which was provided here, it's even in their own expired contract. They have a duty to remove and get rid of things. I even given them road.
I'm just asking you, what kind of furniture
It was
did
just
you
like
leave
a
behind?
couch. It was a couch, a bed. We never cooked or showered. We never even set up utilities in this place. Nor did I even set up an intercom. My sister, who was on the video, like the show, has been dying in Canada, and I'm the only boy.
Yeah.
So
Let's just stick it to just to the north.
Sure.
So like,
So-
so you left some furniture there. You signed a 6-month contract or
It
something.
was there. It ended in 2020. It ended way before COVID began.
6-month contract.
I have the exact date for you, but I like to be exact and
And
precise.
how long did they charge you?
They charged me for 3 years.
Okay.
They ended up telling me. So this is so you guys can know.
Now, at that 6-month mark, did they contact you?
They ended up from the date that I gave her notice. Jessica and some other lady named Laura, who I've never seen, but I found out they're collecting information off me through LinkedIn because my LinkedIn they didn't go incognito.
It's my understanding they wanted you to get your furniture out of there.
No,
Is that correct?
no, they wanted the law, which is this is why they're telling me it's a violation of criminal codes. The law states that when I give her notice, it's even written in her own expired contract, they have a duty to get rid of, dispose of, find a new renter. But because they didn't do nothing, and they know the place is vacant, they elected to deceive me and my family and claim to us, because we're Canadian and naive and medical physicians and we're not versed in these games, that if you ever leave stuff behind in Illinois, you're still a resident. At which point, I'm like, this sounds ridiculous. I'm not doing this. But at the same time, like, well, we can't do anything because your stuff is there. Now, their clauses show that this is actually deception because it's actually in the video. So for multiple times, McCormick, my mother
Is it
said,
your feeling that multiple people are in on this deception?
it is actually
How many
multiple people.
people do you think?
So all the people I CC'd with the state attorney and all of them in there, it's not, so the people who were involved, and I had the audio recording from their corporation who actually tried to get me, the audio recording is there. The corporation, who's Jessica McCormick, Laura, Rich, these are just people who are working together, those people.
I just want to know just approximately how many people you think are involved.
4 or 5.
Okay.
Just the people from the corp.
Here's the thing.
And they're deceiving the authorities
Let me tell
too.
you something real fast. Myself, Commander Gandy, we promise we'll dig into every single piece of evidence that you provided to those people, okay? And everything that you provided to Investigator Labby, we'll dig into, we'll take a look at.
It's very disorganized, and I'd like to apologize. So here's the video. Sir, can I please just give you this? I know you're busy.
Investigator Labby.
He didn't. So this is actually, I didn't post it because I'm not the type of guy who goes out. I know you guys deal with a lot of scumbags. I'm not the type of guy who goes out to
To be
talk.
honest, nobody's a scumbag.
No, there is a lot of them. There's some people that try to make officers look bad. I'm not one of them, right? This is actually me. My fiance is disabled and she goes to St. Hyacinth Church. She lives with her mom. I took her all the way to, when I met her, because she's slow and disabled, people attack her. And I promised her family to protect her.
Who's he?
My fiance is Caroline Piotrowski. Her mom came in because my fiance can't live alone, sir.
Sure.
So this girl,
Who's attacking your fiance?
back when I met her, she was abused by her ex-husband. There was a bunch of people who were working, trying to date her, and they were abusive to her.
Okay. This was in Canada?
This was here in Illinois when I first met her 3 years ago. And then when I
She's
saw
from here. You're
she's from Des Plaines, Illinois. Her mom is her caregiver. Okay. Her mom and dad approved of me to marry her.
Is it my understanding, too, that the apartment complex thinks that she was living there?
The apartment complex was collecting data, calling me in Canada when I was deceived, and then they used that information to create a persona of my fiance as the resident there.
You mean they created her person?
A profile. They actually created a profile where these people working there set up intercoms in the building, were calling me in Canada pretending to be my fiance, that they were entering and exiting, altered utilities and set them up in the building. They were exiting and going in and out the attorneys showed me that these people were filing repeat evictions, even though they're aware there's no resident.
Do you want the apartment claims that they have video surveillance of her going in and out?
They do because they lured her. You see here, sir, this is the evidence right here. So the evidence here, because they went silent when I showed the evidence because they had nothing they could say. Here's the evidence.
There's belief that she's living.
No, there's not belief. They staged her because what they did with the evidence video here, they altered the power settings to create a health risk against all the people in the building.
Would you be able to get her in?
At your convenience, sir. I can even bring her mother too. I have video of my fiance's disability.
This is just really hard to follow.
It was very long for us, and I completely understand.
Let me just summarize, and again, if you can just let me talk for a minute
Yes, sir.
Without cutting you off. So basically, you guys ended up getting a lease. You guys signed up a lease. Give me 1 second.
She didn't get a lease. Here's the notice to Jessica McCormack.
Remember, Patrick, just
Yeah.
want me to explain
Yep.
just so you understand, okay? You guys signed a lease. You guys moved your furniture in. You decided to move back to Canada, right? So
No, we didn't sign a lease. I signed a lease for 6 months, but the lease term had expired, and this staff. Here's the notice that was given to Jessica
let me
McCormack.
just make sure I get through the story correct.
So, yep.
You signed a lease. Okay. Furniture's moved in. Okay. The apartment complex is claiming that she continued to live there, and they're claiming that they have video of her coming in and out, coming in and out, coming in and out.
It's
Okay,
BS.
so that's their claim.
Right. And
So,
the videos they have of her coming in and out
sure. And
was.
just to let you know.
Yep. So here's the video. This is the gentleman. So they did bring her in and out, but they know that she's not a resident. Here's how you know. Here's the evidence piece that might be missing. So here is a gentleman by name of. This is 3:30 in the morning. This crazy person.
Is this Elm Creek Apartments we're talking about?
Yes, sir. So Rich is the gentleman. Here he is. So Rich is calling me at 3 in the morning in Canada, pretending he's doing work on my apartment as he's entering the premises. Now, if someone lives somewhere at 3 in the morning and they're claiming she's there, what's he doing walking in on an apartment at 3 in the morning?
Let's just.
Wait. Then he's here telling
We
me
need to get video of her walking in and out of the building sometimes.
because they had nothing to prove that I was living there. They were trying to falsify an eviction
But why was she in and out of the building?
because they had
Over the course
deceived.
of several months.
They had deceived us.
Over the course of several months.
Yes.
You deceived her to continue to walk.
She wasn't there. She was there in her mother's home the whole period.
So why was she coming in and out of the
She
building
came to them to tell them Patrick doesn't even live here.
every day for several
No,
months?
she didn't come every day, and that's what I urge you guys. I know you guys have access to it because the police in Canada did it to help my mom before. I know you guys can search people's GPS, cell phone triangulation, DNS servers, see her work, city cameras.
And this took place in 2019 and 2020.
This took place all the way from 2019 till 2022. My fiance showed up to that building a few times, telling them my fiance doesn't even live here, right?
Do you have a reason to believe, like you lived in Canada and fiance lived in the United States for how long? 2 years?
She lives with her mom for 2 years. I was with her every day on video.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any reason to believe that she maybe was untruthful to you?
Absolutely not. My fiance is the most honest lady. When I met her, she's a missionary, Polish lady from the church. Her mom's the same way.
I'm sure she sounds very nice.
She does not deceive, nor does she play games. I was on video there.
Yeah, the issues that we have is that, the apartment complex has her on video coming in and out so many times.
Right. They have her coming in trying to mitigate, sir.
Please stop.
Yeah.
I'm not going to cut you off, I promise.
Sure.
You can't cut me off. Just
Here,
put it down.
why would they ask her if she has the code, sir? If she's a resident there, why would this man Rich ask if she has the code? So do I ask you if you have the code or the keys to your house?
So we're going in circles. We're going to dive into every piece of evidence that you've ever given us, okay? And we're going to look at it. It's going to have a thorough look. I've talked to several of your attorneys, though, okay? And each of your attorneys I've talked to on the phone has said that this is a civil matter.
I showed you the documents, sir. Documents versus words.
There are remedies here, okay? And do you understand what remedies are?
Yes, I understand very well.
There are things here in the United States to help you be able to argue this and be able to take this in front of a judge and have a judge listen to your side and listen to the apartment side. And what we're important is for us to listen to it to make sure it's fair, it's ethical, and that a judge can listen to it. You're cutting me off.
I'm not. I'm just prepping myself because I am listening to you. You would love to take this down the civil road. The actual here it is from the first page of your.
We're not going to do anything illegal here.
No one's asking you to. If in fact, I'm trying to prevent you guys from doing an obstruction because I don't believe in obstructing justice.
We're not gonna get involved in a civil matter.
It's definitely not a civil matter because here it is from the actual Supreme Court ruling. Here it is. No. Look, watch. Any exploitation of disabled or elderly personnel for financial exploitation committed against them will always be classified as a criminal felony. It's right there off of your actual 720 Illinois code.
Sure, I'm very familiar with it.
So if you're familiar with it, and
But if she's living there,
she's not living there, and I'm telling you, and if you guys want to dig into it, if you guys want to dig into it, triangulate her phone over the last 3 years.